Hello, everyone, and welcome to today's cryptocurrencies update for Friday, September 9. And we can say, holy smokes, Batman, that looks pretty good. And it seems like we can start to eradicate, so to say, or take off the table, better said, the bearish counts. These are some very bullish candles, especially on Bitcoin. I like it. As you know, I am quite conservative. Over 15 years of being in the stock market, I have learned that being conservative is the best way to go about. So there are two types of traders, old traders and bold traders, but there are no old bold traders. And that's of course an issue with retail traders. Later in September, I will do an interview with Forex Analytics where I will go over the issues with retail traders. And it's a long list, but it's going to be constructive, so I can highly recommend it. As whatever I say, doesn't matter if it's not right between your ears, so to say. If you're not in a good spot, if you don't have a professional attitude, it doesn't matter if I am right 10 out of 10 times, your trading won't be good. So that's why I have these 21 trading rules, 21 by Jesse Livermore. Yes, trading is not easy. It is one of the most difficult professions out there, but that's all besides the point actually with what we're going to review in the charts. But I wanted to make sure that you understand it. It doesn't matter whatever I say. If it's not right between the ears, it's not going to work. So we've got to put the opinions on the side. And if you want to have easier trading, please sign up for my crypto trading alerts. Again, we went long Solana a couple of days ago, already taking profits. We went long Binance Coin, already started to take profits, all those good things. So there's plenty of money to be made. And that's what I want you to do, make money the easy way. Don't look at the upfront cost. If you only think of the upfront cost, it won't work. You got to think of what you're going to get out of it. And if you think you're going to be a millionaire tomorrow, forget about it, right? Creating wealth takes a long, long time. Have realistic expectations, because having unrealistic expectations is the biggest pitfall for all retail traders. That said, here's the summary. We'll go over it in a bit. Sorry for the long story, but here's Avalanche, and Avalanche has so far bottomed right here in this ideal wave 2/B target zone. Right in the red one, right in the green one, right in the support zone, between, I would say, 16 and about $20 to $19. This is the support zone, and it's starting to move out of it. It's not out of the woods yet, but it does look pretty good. So as long as we can hold this week's lows, and this goes for all cryptocurrencies, we're good. Some nice positive divergence is now starting to develop, of course, as well. As you can see here, we're moving, we have moved lower, sorry, on decreasing weakness, so increasing strength, as you can see here. So this is all a good sign. What I now want to see is Avalanche move out of this target zone. Okay, that's what I want to see. I actually want to see Avalanche go above 24.45. 24.45 would be fantastic. Then we have a very good sign that this wave 3/C is underway. We don't know yet, right, if it's going to be a counter trend rally only or if it's going to be 5 waves up. So we remain objective. Bears will say it's going to be 3 waves. Bulls will say it's going to be 5 waves. Objective people that are humble and honest about their limitations in knowing what's going to happen in the future will label it as A, B, and C. So for the shorter term traders, intermediate term traders, it's not unwise to take some chips off the table and raise the stops once we are on our way for this wave 3 and it starts topping. Let's then look at BNB. Binance looks pretty good. As I pointed out yesterday, we have done technically enough for this green wave C. It didn't reach the exact CSA relationship, but as I said, that is the normal relationship between a wave C and a wave A, but it doesn't have to be. Wave C can extend or it can shorten, and in this case it's shortened. I believe it was 0.764 times the length of wave A. It happens, so be it. Impossible to know when wave C gets started that it's going to be shorter or longer. You just have to track it and then see what's going to happen. That's the problem with the shorter term time frames. There is more variability. But this looks good. We bottomed right at the 50% retrace of this, in my humble opinion, what I would call, no, this is actually, yeah, this is a expanding leading diagonal. Looks pretty good for this wave 2B. Still a few hurdles to take. Above 300 would be step 1. Above 335 is step 2 to fully confirm this wave 3C. But again, everything looks really good. My crypto trading alert went long yesterday. And of course, we have a stop right here at this low for the week. That is the stop. For trading, always put your stops in place as soon as you enter the trade. That is critical. Now here to the big boy and the big banger, so to say, look at Bitcoin. Bitcoin, a massive rally today. So there are some few things we can start to look at. First and foremost, I already said if we go below 18,500, it strongly suggests this was not a leading diagonal 1/A, but a larger B wave. We held this week at 18,560, so it held. And then I said for the bulls, we must reclaim 19,525. Now, did we reclaim it or what? Because if we would go to 19,525, we would go to 20,500, already passed it. And we're on our way now to the 22,000, that is this green arrow. So it appears we can now start to take some negative things off the chart. This orange arrow, not going to happen. We held support, excellent. So we can take this off the chart. This happened, excellent. We reclaimed this, excellent, excellent. So now we are cleaning up the chart quite nicely. And if we can now break above the 50-day moving average, that'd be great, okay? We need to break above, now need to close daily above the 50-day SMA to target the August highs. But honestly, my dear friends, this is as good a candle as it will ever get, but not really there just yet on a full confirmation. Remember, I remain always cautious. You have to remain cautious, but this looks really good. Everybody was looking lower. I post this on YouTube and everybody's like, oh, we're just gonna get lower. No, we're not. So far not. What I like here is this positive divergence on the MACD. Look how much divergence there is with the September low versus these lows. All right, we're pretty much all at the same levels. And as you can see on a closing basis, there is actually a lower close here in September than we had in June. But we are going lower on increasing strength, increasing money flow, and increasing strength is here, and on increasing momentum, it's a MACD is the momentum, and of course, increasing money flow. All of them are important, so this looks really good. We reclaimed the important level, and we already targeted way above this. So symmetry now suggests that we should target the August high here in late August at around 22,000, and above that, and above the 50-day moving average, we can target 25,000. This looks as good can get. So here then is a zoomed out version of the Bitcoin chart, which I have also shared with you a week or so ago, showing you where are we potentially in this larger impulse to new all-time highs. Just to give you always a good framework that we're really at the starting gates of this impulse higher. And so far this looks good. I haven't changed anything on this chart just yet, which I will do now so you can see me at work. Let's give it a go. Back then I was already saying we have this A wave, we should see a B wave and then a C wave lower. All right, the B wave was supposed to go ideally to this level. Well, it didn't reach it completely. We already went over it. That the B waves doesn't have to do exactly what it should do. Right, those are all shoots, but it doesn't have to. And then we have the wave C. It's a little hard to see here. It's in. I had the wave C label right there. You see it right there. Nothing has changed. So we placed the wave 2C there, and now we should be in this wave 3, 4, and 5. Don't know yet if it's going to be an impulse, right? So that's why we label this as 1A, 2B, and then 3C. That's what we have here, 1A, 2B, and then we get potentially wave 3C. But here we assume it's going to be a new bull run, all right? Remember, for the longest of times, I've said Bitcoin still needs to target 150,000. Doesn't matter, retail has completely left cryptocurrencies. They'll come back when we're at 80,000. And deservedly will lose their money once again when we drop to 50,000. But it's unfortunate. So if we can make one retail trader into a professional trader, that'd be great, right? That's one suffer less. This looks good, but we need to get back above the 50-day because we're still, of course, in bear market territory. We haven't reclaimed even the 50. But so far, this looks good. This looks really good. I like it. So this is the bigger picture count. Again, it's not accurate in price or in time, just to kind of show you where are we currently. I like it, so I'm keeping it on the chart, especially since Bitcoin has progressed and bottomed pretty much where I thought it would. And Bitcoin often does very full retraces. Remember, if this is indeed the leading diagonal, right? We're not completely confirmed just yet, but if this is a leading diagonal, then the retrace goes all the way back to the start of the leading diagonal. And it did just that. That happens 9 out of 10 times. Great. I like it. This is pretty good. As long as we hold this week's low, I'm looking for 3, 4, and 5. So with that, you know your stop loss level. I cannot spell it out easier. Now we're going to go to Ethereum. Remember, on Wednesday, I shared 3 options with you on Ethereum. I know that was quite a lot. I don't like it. I preferably only share 2 options, preferably a bullish and an even more bullish option. But since Ethereum had gone sideways pretty much all of late or mid-August to mid-September, it opens Pandora's box with a lot of options. So here we had the potential for a 1, 2, and then 3, 4, and 5 to 11,000 or 1150. Well, this wave 2 didn't happen. Why? Because today we broke above the start of wave 1. And wave 2 is never allowed to go, in this case, above the start of wave 1. Because we're looking lower, wave 2 cannot go above it. Same here, this green wave 2 here in July never went below the start of this wave 1. Same here, this orange wave 2 never went below the start of this wave 2, etc., etc. So this option is off the table. Great, we can forget about it with it. The next one is the bullish option that we had this leading diagonal wave 1. We dropped right here in this ideal wave 2 zone, and we're now wave 3. It's confirmed on a break above 17,025. So far we got as high as 1744, but I want to see a daily close. Things do look strong. I like it. We have money flowing in quite strongly into Ethereum, but we need to see that daily close above it. Because otherwise we can still have this ABC path. This is the second path, meaning we're now in this C is of B target zone, and we're going to get one drop lower. This option is only operable if we break below 1422. I believe the low is below here, which is 1422, opens this option. Okay. Sorry. Yes, this arrow should go then. Here, there. There we go. Below 1422 opens this option. And serious warning for the bulls on move below here. Why? Because then we can't have a 1-2-1-2 setup anymore. So even what is it? Wednesday's low needs to hold. Okay, serious warning. So we have very nice price levels in place to watch. So Tuesday's low or Wednesday's low is now the first cutoff for the bulls. And of course, ultimately below this week's low, and then we're going to target 1150 once again. Alternatively, we have the 1-2 setup. Okay, so we have 1 here, 2 here, 1 here, 2 here. Can also be A, B, C, to be determined. Bigger picture wise, as I shared with you before, so we have now completed wave C here. Remember, corrections can always become more complex. We can have an ABC, okay, and then we're going to do another ABC higher, okay, and then we're going to do another C wave higher. That is still absolutely possible. This would then turn from a zigzag into a flat. The zigzag is ABC, so we have done the required minimum for this wave to be, can always become more complex. And then this is, of course, A. Then this is, of course, this is then B, so to say, right? A, and then we have B here, and then we get C there of a larger B wave. And then we're going to go lower in a flat type correction. 3 down, 3 up, 5 down. I have no way of knowing that is the case. So for now, I'm not going to go with it. It looks like the low here is in place. And similarly, as I therefore has pointed out, as long as we can hold Wednesday's low, we can move higher. As long as we hold the late August low, we're definitely in a new bull run. So those cutoff levels will prevent you from this ABC, more extensive corrective pattern. For now, I don't see it. Looks good. Again, this is not corrective in price or time. It's for illustrative purposes only, but so far so good, which means that we are just now in the starting gates of this green wave 1. So this would be wave 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, etc. to give you an idea where we are in the bigger picture. This is still ways to go before the real third of a third wave starts. But that's okay. So far, so good. I like it. We bottomed where we had to, and now we're rallying as we have had to, with a potential leading diagonal wave 1, the drop here in the ideal wave 2 target zone, and now we should move higher. Fully confirmed, of course, on a break above the August high, with the only alternative back then, that more complex ABC pattern I showed you for a flat. Okay, so we've narrowed things down. Are there only 2 left? And this is the more immediate bearish path. I'm going to look here quickly at Mara. So looks good here, continuation. Yesterday, it looked like they already knew something was happening. Very bullish path so far, full confirmation on this wave, with of course the alternative that this is still a B wave, and we're going to drop pretty soon for a second wave. If that's the case, then I think we are more looking for this type of option in Ethereum and Bitcoin, but I don't see it yet. So with that, let's have a look at the summary. Okay, the summary here is quite good. And we, of course, as I said on Wednesday, still in 100% bearish trend. Okay, we're still in 100%, but we held support. We must reclaim 19,525 to target 20,500. Above that, and 22,000 can be reached, which increases the odds the correction is over. We are currently already over 20,500, so this looks also really good. Ultimately, still need to see a break above the August high, okay? Not there yet, but it starts to look pretty good. Ethereum also had several options, but was also still in a bearish trend. A break above the high targets 7025 and opens the door to 2050, all right? So, where are we currently at for Ethereum? Let's quickly look it up here. We are currently at 1710 and we reached as high as 1735 for the bullish 1212 setup. Bingo, I like it. So far, so good. Break above yesterday's high, which was, of course, Tuesday's high, and we can still target 1725 for the larger ABC. Bingo, so far, so good. Break below 1422 targets that one. Well, that's not going to happen, so we're not going to do that one, okay? We are simply, of course, deleting this option. Excellent, so we only have 2 options left. That is the beauty of Elliott Wave. We now know which of these 2 is going to go upper roll. We need a few more data points to be certain that the more bullish option is, of course, on the table. It certainly looks that way, also based on Bitcoin, but no full confirmation yet, but I'm as optimistic as I ever will get on the cryptocurrencies. Remember, longer term, I have remained bullish on the cryptocurrencies. Since the June low, I think I've navigated you reasonably well through all the ups and downs that we've seen so far. And remember, giving an exact path for every daily scribble is impossible. I remember in February or March of this year, I told folks when Ethereum broke, I think below 3,500, that we should expect 2,000. We got there. Then we were looking for 1,500 to 1,000, and we got there. Why? Because originally you start off with the data you have available. When then waves extend to the downside, you can narrow it down further. That's just, you cannot have a set in stone in March and that is it. You have to adjust accordingly. So we know things are moving along as expected for this wave 4 and we should be in wave 5. Binance Coin, most likely in wave 3 of C, as long as this week's low holds. That is then, of course, if you want to trade at your stop loss. Please remember, things are not yet full on bullish with the 50-day, 200-day setup, all that stuff. So always trade accordingly, position size, tight stops, all those things. My trading alert already went long yesterday, so that is pretty good. Avalanche also looks like it is bottom in, so I like it. And then, of course, Mara and RIOT still between the B-wave bounce option and a new bullish setup. I prefer the bullish setup as well because these blockchain companies are so tightly close or tied to the hip with Bitcoin and Ethereum. So overall, it looks good. We reclaimed 19,525, instantly reached 20,500 on Bitcoin. We can now target 22,000. Ultimately, for everything else above the August high, really tells us the correction is most likely over. With, of course, then the only caveat that we're dealing with a potential irregular flat wave 2B, but that is then an alternative. You just want to keep your options open, so to say, and we'll diligently, of course, track the internal wave counts to see if it's 5 waves up versus 3 waves up, because for an irregular flat, it needs to be 3 waves up. For now, things look good. We're reached already 1725 on Ethereum, so we can reach 2050. Above that, we'll target 2200. We, of course, also reached now the B-wave target zone for this bearish ABC setup with the C wave lower to go. This will only come into play if we break below Wednesday's low and then below last week's low, 1422, I believe it was. Yes, that will only come into play. It's the alternative. So with that, game on for Bitcoin and Ethereum. The bulls still need to prove themselves, but the bears are now on the back foot. And with that, thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much for being a valued premium member. Please remember, I'm here to help you. If you have any questions, please ask me. There's many ways to go about to try to use my knowledge to the best of your profits, so to say. So take care, have a great weekend, and expect an email on Monday. Bye.